Hey guys, I'd like to show off these three movie sets which I own. I've owned these sets in my collection for a while now, and I'd like to show them because I like all the films that are actually in these sets, and they're not sets like a film series. They're just sets that have a theme. Like these are like parody movies. This one, um, and yeah, I'd just like to show them off. This first one I'll show is three great movies. It has Hot Shots, Loaded Weapon, and Spaceballs. Which I will say, Spaceballs is definitely my favourite of the movies on here. It's a hilarious movie, but yeah, all three of these movies I find funny. Honestly, yeah, if Loaded Weapon one, Lethal Weapon parody, uh, and there's Samuel L. Jackson. This was before Pulp Fiction, actually, so at this time he was a bit lesser known. I mean, he was more of a character actor, and before then, but then Tarantino made him into a bigger star. But yeah, and Hot Shots, of course, the first one being a parody of like Top Gun, and yeah, Spaceballs being a parody of Star Wars, obviously. But yeah, if I look inside, to point out something, on DVD in the UK, Hot Shots is rated PG, and that's because it's actually cut. Both of the Hot Shots movies were cut in the UK. They cut out the word fuck to make it a PG rated. Uh, but if you get them on Blu-ray, and also if you watch them on Disney Plus, they're uncut there. So there's that. And Spaceballs here is rated 12, and this is the uncut version. But I believe when this movie first came out, they did the same thing as they did with Hot Shots, which is where they cut out the word fuck for the UK release so that it could get a PG rating. These were like the early days of the PG-13 rating, and back then you could only say the F word once in a PG-13 rating. So they'd have a one F word in a PG-13 movie, but then when they'd release it in the UK, they'd cut out the F word so it could get a PG rating over here. So there's that. Yeah, I think Loaded Weapon 1 is just PG. So there's that. And then get on to this next set. It's another one by the three great films, like the same brand as this one. So this set, I'd say, I guess you could say it's a collection of kind of dude, like brah type comedies. I mean, at first I was thinking like stoner comedies, but I mean, Dude, Where's My Car is the only one that I'd say is really a stoner comedy. I'd say Dude, Where's My Car is probably my favourite of these films, but I like all three of them. I love how surreal Dude, Where's My Car is. And, at first it's just about these stoners like trying to search for their car, but then it gets more and more surreal. And yeah, it's just a really fun time. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, it's a very fun sequel. It's a bit weird that it doesn't have as much time travel as the first one, but yeah, it's a really fun time. Death is a really great character in this movie. Uh, I have Airheads, where it's about this band, with Brendan Fraser, Steve Buscemi, and Adam Sandler, and their band is called the Lone Rangers, which is just a hilarious name. Yeah, I always love the line from that movie where Steve Buscemi says like, who would win in a fight, Lemmy or Guard? Trick question. Lemmy is Guard. And Lemmy does have a cameo in the film. Here's all the discs. Yeah. Now I'll get on to the third set. So this is a collection of live-action DreamWorks movies. Yes, and Mouse Hunt actually came out in 1997, which is the year before Ants, which was their first animated film. So this was actually before DreamWorks was known for animation, which is interesting because now they're more known for animation than live action. But yeah, these are some of the live action movies they made, and yes, Cat in the Hat. I actually like all three of these movies. Yes, I even like Cat in the Hat. The Cat in the Hat is more like ironic, and it has a lot of very bizarre deleted scenes on it, and I love watching the deleted scenes in the same way as I enjoy ironically watching the movie. Uh, there's a YouTuber called Stefan Saber. He did a great video looking at the very bizarre deleted scenes of this movie, and his opinion on the movie is pretty much the same as mine. He says he enjoys it because he has a lot of nostalgia towards it, and also he enjoys it ironically because of how much it gets the source material wrong. But yeah, I did kind of get ironic enjoyment out of this, but I do honestly think it has its moments where it is genuinely funny and witty. Yeah, so there's that. Mouse Hunt, I'd say, is my favorite movie of this set. It's just a really fun movie. I'd say it's like a cross between Laurel and Hardy, Home Alone, and Tom and Jerry. I'd say like Nathan Lane and Lee Evans as the two main brothers. They're kind of like Laurel and Hardy, and they're also kind of like Harry and Marv from Home Alone, and has like traps in it, which is a lot like Home Alone, and also with them being like after a mouse, it's a lot like Tom and Jerry. Yeah, there's a series of unfortunate events. I know a lot of people might like the series, the Netflix series more, but I mean, I think the movie is still pretty fun. I like Jim Carrey in the film. He's great in that role. So yeah, and you look at the discs. You've got the fish on the Cat in the Hat. I like how the Mouse Hunt one has the cheese as the disc in the series of unfortunate events. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What do you think of the films in these sets? I'd like to hear. Yeah, I am very happy with these three sets because, as I said, I like all the movies in all three of these sets. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and bye.